Okay, so before I start this video, I just want you guys to take just a few seconds to realize just how much of a better quality you guys are getting audio-wise. And if you're wondering, why does Tyler sound so clear? It's because I just invested in a new microphone. It took a few years, I know. But I just bought myself a Blue Yeti. So now I actually have like a professional microphone to use for future videos. I'm pretty hyped, not gonna lie, not gonna pat myself on the back there. I know you heard that, Pat. But anyway, that being said, hey, what is up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Williams channel, and welcome to another video. I was originally gonna do a face cam, but the lighting in my room sucks right now. I need to go out. Hopefully, I can go out tomorrow before I stream and buy like a different lamp or something. I don't know where I'm gonna buy it from. I need to buy new lighting for my room because this light sucks. So I didn't feel like pressing record on the webcam. I'm just going to do an audio today, but today we are doing predictions for WrestleMania 36. If you want to call WrestleMania 36, honestly, I don't know if I want to call WrestleMania 36. If you ask me, when it's all said and done, I'm just going to forget this WrestleMania even happened. We all know why this WrestleMania is an empty arena and why it's the way it is. I don't want to get into it. Well, you know, it's all depressing. Now, let's not talk about it. Let's just get into the match card. Why not? So, as you guys know, it is a two-night event, much like Wrestle Kingdom this year, or every year for Wrestle Kingdom. Well, no, that's not true. Wrestle Kingdom this year was 2 nights. WrestleMania this year is also 2 nights. Now, whether that is because of the whole CV incident, or they had it in the bag for a while, which I don't believe they had it in the bag for a while, because I would like to think with WWE, they don't like surprising people anymore. They want everybody to know everything that's going on in the inner workings of the company. So I would like to believe if they were going to do a 2-night spectacle, they would have announced this probably after the Royal Rumble or even during the Royal Rumble. But I think they would have done it months ago. I think them doing it so late in the game is probably them trying to like, oh, we need to scramble and make this WrestleMania seem big and different and whatnot. So I think this is why it's 2 nights. And you know what? I will say this. I'm actually kind of glad it's 2 nights because we, for the longest time, have been basically kind of just succumbed to 6, 7, and it seems like now are just getting longer and longer WrestleManias, and even Royal Rumbles nowadays are 7 hours long. You have a 2-hour pre-show and then a 5-hour main show. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. I mean, I didn't know if I was even going to go to WrestleMania this year. Now, mind you, I should be in Tampa right now, but I'm not. I didn't know if I was going to go to WrestleMania this year. I mean, I had events planned. I was going to go to Joey Janela's Spring Break. I was going to go to Jimmy Lloyd's D-Generation F. I was going to go to For the Culture and Bloodsport. I had a few shows planned out that I was going to attend. But WrestleMania 36, I was very much debating on. Now, first thing I was debating on was, okay, mind you guys, at the time I was debating on going to WrestleMania, the CV, as we're going to call it, it was fairly new. It was just getting its first few cases here in America, and then it hit Tampa, and we got like the first 8 cases in Tampa. And I was like, well, that's a lot of people in one area. You don't really know. I talked about it in an episode of the Chopo podcast. You guys should definitely go check it out. It was episode 11. It was the latest episode I did. I was talking about how, well, you know, it's a lot of people. You don't know who has it, and you don't want to cross-contaminate and whatnot. So I was very much debating on it. And now, there's no people, so it doesn't matter now. But now you look at the climate and just the way the world is. It's pretty sad. WrestleMania 37 should be hype. It should be amazing. You gotta imagine they're gonna go all out next year. Hopefully there is, and this is all done by next April, but we don't know. Everybody's just being optimistic and thinking, oh, it's gonna be over by May and Double or Nothing this and this and that. I think people are just being extremely optimistic when they say it's gonna be over by like summer. But that being said, enough of my rambling. You guys are wondering about WrestleMania 36. I'm wondering about WrestleMania 36. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. Now, WWE has not come forward with a match card set up, at least for the lineup. We know the match card. We don't know the lineup. Now, this is being recorded before SmackDown, so if there's any changes to WrestleMania 36 as of February 3rd, what the hell? Did I go back in time? April 3rd. I could go back in time. April 3rd, 2020 at 7:05 p.m. Then I don't know about it. And you guys will find that out tomorrow. But for the match card, we have 16 matches. Now, aren't you glad they stretched 16 matches out across 2 shows? Aren't you glad about that? Because that was the point I was talking about earlier. 2 shows, 8 hours, that's 4 hours each show. I can do that. And my dog's barking in the background. You done, Lexi? You done barking? But that being said, let's get into this match card. I'm going to go in order from... Do I want to say least important to most important? Or do I want to say the matches I think are probably not? Yeah, I guess I'm going to say the least important matches to most important. I don't know. But this way. The most important matches, like the top 8, top 6 matches are at the top. So we're going to start from the bottom here. The first match we have is Otis, who I think is just Otis, not Otis Doja Bitch, versus Dolph Ziggler. Which, if you guys ask me, is the most intriguing storyline going into WrestleMania this year. Now, I don't watch Raw and SmackDown for you new viewers, but I check it out from, like, occasion by YouTube clips. YouTube clips is how I keep up with SmackDown and Raw, and my fellow podcasters is how I keep up with Raw and SmackDown. And this Otis and Dolph Ziggler, Mandy Rose storyline has been going on for the last few months. Has been probably some of the most funny and captivating things. It's that simple, you know. Otis, you know, overweight, maybe not your average looking guy. Probably a 3 out of 10 on his best day. He wants the hot girl. He wants the 10 out of 10. And Mandy Rose, and in the beginning, she's a bit rocky. He was just trying to go after her. You know, she doing all the chasing, and she's like, oh, I don't know. You know, I don't know about him. Maybe. And then it's like they have these shows where maybe he's going to get her, maybe he doesn't, and da-da-da-da. It was fun stuff. It was fun stuff to watch. And then Dolph Ziggler got segued into it, and like Dolph Ziggler was trying to steal Mandy away from him, and Mandy's playing the dumb bimbo role, knowing damn well she's on Dolph's side. We don't know. Well, at least I don't know. Y'all probably know better than me. But I thought it was intriguing. I liked it. Wasn't enough to watch SmackDown, but I liked it. Now, if this is the culmination, here's how I see it. The way the world is, this should be the culmination of every single storyline on this show. Because we are not guaranteed a wrestling show in the next 3 weeks. We're just not. I don't think WWE can run shows in a performance center anymore because I think the PC is being used for... I don't know exactly what it's being used for, but I don't think they can run in PC anymore. So we're not guaranteed wrestling shows within the next month or so. So all of these storylines need to be either ending or it can be picked up in like a few weeks. So with this match, Otis versus Dolph Ziggler, if it is the end of a storyline, then if you ask me, it's got to be Otis. Otis should win this match. Dolph Ziggler gains nothing from winning. I mean, it's Dolph Ziggler. His time has come and gone. They didn't capitalize on him when they had the chance to 2014. It's over for him. We're not pushing Dolph Ziggler in 2020. No. So Otis wins this match. Then the next one we get into is Bobby Lashley versus Aleister Black. Now, why is this match happening? I have no idea. I honestly can't tell you. It just seemed very thrown together. If there was a setup for the feud, I didn't see any clips for it on YouTube, and nobody ever talked about it. So I think it might have been just thrown together. But I am going to say Aleister Black wins. From what I've been seeing, they've been trying to get Aleister Black a little bit of a push. You know, putting jobbers in his way and such and such. So I don't want to call Bobby Lashley a jobber, but he's probably very, very, very little relevancy does he have, to me at least. So I'm going to Aleister Black to win this match. Next up, we have Elias versus King Corbin. This sounds like the most boring match in the world to me. You have King Corbin, who, in my opinion, is... Let me just say this. I think he's a good heel. He's really good at getting people to boo him. But when he gets in a ring, it's a channel turner to me. It's a channel turner. I cannot bring myself to care about anything this guy has to do in the ring. And that's a problem for me. Like, you could be a good heel and still wrestle. And I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. He's just boring. Like in NXT... He was boring then. He had good matches, and he had some good matches here and there, like the tag team match with him and Samoa Joe versus Chad Gable, Jason Jordan, which is one of my favorite tag team matches in NXT history. He's had some good matches on the main roster, I'm sure. I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. But now, 2020, no. Elias has a good character, but in the ring, he doesn't do it for me either. So when you put two guys who are just boring in the ring together, I think you have a recipe for a damn snooze fest. So this might be my piss break. Maybe my time to take a nap. I don't know. I had a long week. But I'm going to go with Elias to win this match because what? I don't know. We also have up next Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss challenging Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championships. I think it is a crime that Alexa Bliss has recently pinned Asuka. And I heard she pinned her with the DDT, nonetheless. Which is even more. Now, I can't even be surprised by this anymore. I mean, Asuka, don't get me wrong, Asuka's my baby. She will always be my baby no matter what. But I think her time as, like, this I don't want to call her a monster because she's not. But, like, this force to be reckoned with, this unstoppable, female competitor on the Raw. I think that time's come and gone for her. At least from the way WWE books her. I think with her and Kairi saying there's something going on, and it's just a mist thing. That's all cool and all, but I don't think WWE's gonna get behind Asuka the way they did in 2018 ever again. And if Alexa wasn't beating her, any more proof, I don't know what is. Do I think Alexa and Nikki Cross get titles back? I hope not. I hope not. Asuka and Kairi saying I like their act. Whenever I see them, on doing their promos or on TV wrestling, the very few times I might actually watch a match on YouTube, I like what they can do. They're really great. They're really talented. I'm not saying that Nikki and Alexa aren't. I used to be really big on Nikki Cross, who's on NXT with Sanity, and I think Alexa Bliss is pretty okay. But I don't see why they need to beat Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, who beats Asuka and Kairi Sane? I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't care. But I'm going to go with Alexa and Nikki Cross to take the L in this match, and Asuka and Kairi Sane to retain their Women's Tag Team Championships. And next up, we have what looks to be the New Day versus the Usos versus John Morrison and The Miz. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, oh, did I do that right? I think I did it right. I think that's the chant. I don't know. I also heard we're getting a singles ladder match that might be between John Morrison and Jimmy Uso and Kofi. Then I heard a triple threat tag. I don't know what the hell's going on with this match. I know the Miz is out, whether it be him quarantining or being sick. I know the Miz is not going to be WrestleMania, so this match is probably going to be altered some way, somehow. Maybe we'll find it on SmackDown. I don't really know. If it goes the way it's planned right now, and I'm going to say it won't because the Miz isn't there, let's just say, I don't know, John Morrison gets a replacement tag team partner. Who wins? Who cares? Who cares? I mean, I don't. But I don't know. I'm going to go with John Morrison because I love John Morrison. John Morrison is awesome. So I'm going to go with John Morrison to retain, whether it be tag team, single, or triple threat. He retains. Next up, we have Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. It looks like Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura will be in the corner of Sami Zayn, and Drew Gulak will be in the corner of Daniel Bryan. Now, if this match would have happened like when Sami Zayn first got called up to WWE, which probably wouldn't happen because Daniel Bryan, I think, was like indefinitely, retired. Let's say this match happened when Daniel Bryan first came back and Sami Zayn was a heel. Oh, this would have been off the fucking charts, bro. This would have been amazing. This would have been great. Now, let me not sleep on these two and act like they just lost overtime. I guess this match isn't as hype for me because it has no build up to it. I've wanted to see this match for a while now. This has been a low-key dream match of mine because I always saw parallels between these two men, Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. And I don't really talk about it too much because I don't care enough to talk about it. But I low-key am a little hyped for this match. I feel like they could kill it. Despite what I said earlier, I feel like these guys had the potential to kill it. That's if WWE gives them the time and breaks their chains off for this one match and lets them do their thing. Now, it seems like Daniel Bryan has a little bit of leniency with WWE. I mean, hell, the whole Drew Gulak storyline, I highly doubt Vince McMahon woke up one day and said, oh, you know what? I really like that Drew Gulak guy. We're going to start pushing him. I think that was Daniel Bryan's, at least I heard that was Daniel Bryan's idea, and he went with them, and they're like, all right, we'll let you do that with Drew Gulak, I guess. So, if he has a leverage, hopefully he has leverage enough to give them time. So I'm going to go with the fans that are not in attendance and at home to win this match. I'm just kidding. I hate when people say that. But I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan to win the Intercontinental Championship. No specific reason. None I can really think off the top of my head. But I'm going to Daniel Bryan to win this match. Next up, and this match doesn't make any sense to me either. We have the team of Angel Garza and what originally would have been Andrade, which would have made sense. His replacement partner is Austin Theory. Now, if Austin Theory is a mystery to you guys, I don't blame you. Now, if he is, I don't know why I did that. Austin Theory is a good wrestler. Let me stop. Let me stop taking shots at people. If the name doesn't sound all that intriguing to you, or you're like, who's Austin Theory? Well, he just made his debut on NXT. Maybe even, I wouldn't even say that long. Maybe, was it a month ago? He made his debut on NXT. He was a former Evolved champion. Austin Theory, he's a talented guy. He has some time to go. I feel like he could be a potential world champion in WWE one day if they get behind him. You never really know with Vince McMahon. But I didn't expect them to just lump him in the tag team championship match WrestleMania. This is this man's, his debut on the main roster will be at WrestleMania in a tag team match. Now, mind you, it's not a Raymond James Stadium, and it's not going to be in front of fans. But he can still say that my debut match for the main roster was at WrestleMania. So all about Austin Theory, but I don't honestly think this is the time to debut him. But hey, I don't know who else they could have placed in this spot. I think Ray's out. Andrade, I mean, could they have put a Bardo? I don't know. I don't know what they could have done, but Austin just doesn't make sense to me. They're facing the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I mean, Street Profits got to win. They can't lose to a makeshift tag team because that makes them look like a bunch of losers, a bunch of jabronis. So, yeah, they look like a bunch of damn fools if they just win or lost to Austin Theory. Like, who is Austin Theory, bro? Tell me. Who is Austin Theory? If you are a casual fan, now mind you, I don't think any casual fans are going to be watching this, but if you are a casual fan, and you look at this and you're like, who the fuck is Austin Theory? And he goes in there and he beats the Profits, the Street Profits. Mind you, you make a star in Austin Theory, but you make the Street Profits look like a damn fool. So I'm going with the Street Profits to win this match. I'm not saying that to pin Austin Theory, and I don't know if you pin Angel Garza either, so I don't know how they make the situation. You know what? If anything, Austin might be in this match just to take the pin. And he might just go back to NXT afterwards. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll go with Street Profits to retain their titles here. Next up, we have a Fatal 5-Way Elimination match. Originally 6-way with Dana Brooke, but she's in quarantine for what? I don't know, and we're not going to see. But we have Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks versus Naomi versus Tamina versus Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Elimination. Do I have to? Should I do? Let me do elimination guesses here. All right, let me do elimination guesses. So I'm gonna think. My first guess is Tamina's out first because it's Tamina. Who cares? Next one they're gonna be out is probably gonna be Naomi because they just dick Naomi over all the time. Then I'm gonna say that Sasha gets out. I don't know how because they, you know WWE. They don't like Sasha Banks. They act like they do. They don't like Sasha Banks. So it comes down to Bayley and Lacey Evans. They revisit their feud. And I'm going to go with Bayley to retain her title. And I just kind of guessed off the top of my head. I don't even really care not to invest in guess. But I'm going to go Bayley to retain her title. That shows you how much investment I have in this pay-per-view. Really. Then we get into the key matches here at WrestleMania 36. The main card, if you don't mind. Hey, this is Future Tyler here talking. So, I don't know how I managed to do this, but I somehow managed to leave one match out of my predictions video. And that is the match I'm looking forward to the most. Now, what I think happened was, I was thinking about this match so much that I probably planned on putting a lot of time into talking about it. And in doing so, I just ended up skipping over it. How that's possible, I don't know. But the match I glanced over was Edge versus Randy Orton in the last man standing match. In my opinion, this is the feud with the most build up, the best build up going into WrestleMania 36. I originally had a whole, I mean, it was going to be a great grand dame video essay planned and basically working on it for this feud, but then this whole thing happened and that kind of just threw it all in a loop. So I ended up putting a hold on that. I might do it like after the feud's over to kind of recap and, you know, what went into it. Maybe there's some callbacks and stuff. We'll see. But Edge's return to Rumble 2020 was one of the biggest pops I've ever seen. It was one of the greatest moments I've ever experienced. It was amazing. It was just everything. And Edge eliminating Randy Orton in that match was a catalyst for this. Not just that, but then we got into some deep shit with Randy Orton and Edge. I mean, Edge being called a junkie and you're here for the thrill of the crowd and I did it because I love you and I love your daughter. It was deep, man. I thought this storyline cut deep, man. And I can't relate, but I felt it. Randy Orton felt authentic. Edge felt authentic at points. There were some points where it felt like actual promo. There were some points where it felt like it was authentic. Beth played her part. This feud was so great, and I feel like with the way it was taped, it cannot be a bad match. I'm looking forward to this probably the most out of any match on this show. And I'm going to go with Edge to win this match. It's his first match back. I don't see him losing unless they really want to get Randy Orton over as a heel right now, which I don't know why you need to push Randy Orton as a heel. So I'm going to go with Edge to win this match. We have The Undertaker versus AJ Styles in a Boneyard match. Now, what is a Boneyard match? I can't tell you. If I have to take a good guess, I'm going to say it's a Buried Alive match. And they just didn't want to call it a Buried Alive match. That's my guess. But who knows? Now, from what I heard, this was filmed at a different location from what a wrestling show usually is, and that intrigues me more than anything. This storyline has also been pretty good as well. AJ Styles has been calling out The Undertaker by name, Mark Calloway, and talking about his wife Michelle McCool and how she stole his finisher. And then nobody can ever forget The Undertaker's promo last week on Raw. I saw the promo where he was basically almost out of the Undertaker realm character. He had a bandana on. He looked dead in the face of AJ Styles in the camera. He was talking. He was out of character talking. I mean, he dropped some smarky words in there like "get over," but smart Calloway over here. But I loved that promo. I thought it was one of the best Undertaker promos I ever seen, honestly, and that got me more invested in the match than anything. So going into this match, who wins? Easy. AJ Styles wins. Now, you might be asking, Tyler, why do you think AJ Styles wins? I mean, it makes the most sense. The Undertaker went in there and made AJ look like a damn jabroni at the Saudi Arabia show. What is that Saudi Arabia show called? Crown Jewel or some shit? Crown Jewel. Or was it Super Showdown? I don't know. In Saudi Arabia, he beats AJ Styles in like, what, 12 seconds? Then he removed his clothing, beat him. Then, did they have another match? Or did The Undertaker... I don't know if they had another match or not, but The Undertaker then laid out AJ Styles. I was there in attendance for this. At Elimination Chamber with Aleister Black. I thought they were going to build up a 2-on-3 match, but we're just getting a singles match. Now, with all the nooks and crannies and edits and reshoots they can do, this could be a really good match for The Undertaker. It will be out of the realm of Undertaker matches and matches in general for WWE, but this could be a really good match. I still think AJ's going to win, though. AJ's got to win. AJ is a full-time wrestler. The Undertaker is not. Undertaker has beaten AJ Styles already, so he should return the favor. Now, does it make The Undertaker look a little less because he caught AJ Styles and he lost? Yes, but The Undertaker's been around for 30 years now. He loses nothing. Nothing. He has an established legacy. Now, does he tarnish it by coming out every single year and putting on matches that are subpar? Maybe. But his legacy is cemented. I think he's fine if he loses here. I'm going to go with AJ Styles to win this match. Next up, we have Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. I don't really care for this match, I'll be honest. I don't care one bit. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins to retain. his imaginary title that I just made up. I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins winning this match. Then we get into the next one: John Cena versus The Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse match. Now, what is a Firefly Funhouse match? I honestly can't tell you. Now, when I think of a Firefly Funhouse match, I think of a match that's going to take place on the set of the Firefly Funhouse, which I don't know how that happens. And then I also think about scenarios where maybe it's almost like a hallucination and they're going to different venues and different... They could have a lot of fun with this match. This match should be wacky. This should not be a regular Fiend match where you have the red lights and he's beating down John Cena. John Cena's making a cunt. No, this is a fire. They gotta go outside the box. They gotta do something different. This is the one time you can actually do something out of the box. And I'm sure John Cena would not mind. John Cena is not a full-time wrestler. This is his first match in what? Like 2 years? In his last match, he got jobbed out by The Undertaker. He might as well just go all out and do some wacky shit. And take the L. He needs to take the L. If he goes in here and he beats Bray Wyatt, then Bray Wyatt should join The Undertaker in the fucking Boneyard match and just get buried alive, because that's basically what you're doing. You're burying him for like a third time. They buried Bray Wyatt already before, and then the Fiend character was his revival. If they had John Cena go in there beat him, then you buried him twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And if the Fiend loses, then you know what? I don't think I can ever invest in anything Bray Wyatt ever does. Like, period, end of story. With me, I feel like I've gotten to the point where it's like, I can invest so much in a wrestler at a time. Unless, like, I completely have been behind you for years and years, and I have, like, certain levels of investment. Like, here's how I see it. I have, like, certain levels of investment, okay? Like, with women. You have, I don't know, let's say Naomi, who, like, you know, I like to see Naomi wrestle. She's cool and all. Then you have, you know, Sasha Banks, who I think, okay, Sasha's awesome, you know, if she's wrestling, I might watch it, you know. I might watch it, she's wrestling. Then you have Arisa Hoshiki, who I fucking am high on Arisa Hoshiki, bro. Arisa Hoshiki is the best. If she's on, I'm fucking watching it. Then you have Asuka. And Asuka's like top pillar, my number one favorite current female wrestler. If she's on, I'm on. You can't move me off the Asuka train, no matter what. I'm there. I will stop watching this company if they bury her too much. I feel like Bray Wyatt in the 4 tiers of investment I have, Bray Wyatt isn't like that he was in the Arisa Hoshiki ranking, but then he lost to Goldberg. Now he's in the Sasha Banks territory. He's in Sasha Banks territory with me right now. If he loses to John Cena, he's going far below Naomi territory with me. I'm just like, bro, I can't watch any of this guy anymore. He's a loser. You can't invest in a loser, bro. I'm sorry. You just can't. But I'm going to Bray Wyatt to win this match. I would like to think WWE would do the right thing, but it's WWE. And if I get fooled by them, bamboozled by them, swindled by them, I can't blame anybody but my damn self for believing in this company. So, Bray Wyatt wins. Next up, we have Shayna Baszler taking on Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. Man, this feud felt hot a few months ago. Now I feel like it just fell off. Now, I can't blame CV on why it fell off, but it felt like it fell off right after the Rumble. Like, right after Shayna Baszler went into the match, it did 8 eliminations, and then lost Charlotte Flair. I'm like, well, damn. I really dropped her all like that. And then, mind you, Elimination Chamber. I was there. I was at Elimination Chamber when Shayna Baszler won the match to challenge Becky Lynch. And she eliminated everybody. I believe she eliminated everybody in that match. And you might think, damn, she eliminated 5 women? That's strong. They made her look strong, right? Nope. That match was not that good. And on top of that, there was a period of times where there was nothing happening. Pants were getting pissed. I was getting pissed. So I feel like that match alone kind of soured me on this feud. Not too much, but just a little bit. It watered it down a little bit for me, put it that way. Becky Lynch has been the champion for a year now. It's time, bro. It's time. The Becky Lynch hype train has definitely cooled off. I think her peak was pretty much the end of 2017 to the not 2017. Like the very beginning of 2018. What? Was it 2017? It was 20. You know, it was 2018. It was like the very end of 2018 to like WrestleMania last year. That was Becky's peak. After that, she cooled down little by little. Now I feel like with me, I don't really care too much about Becky Lynch. Like in the rankings of Naomi, Sasha, Risa, then Asuka. Becky for me is Sasha level right now. Like I just don't care that much about Becky. Like I like to see her like, oh yeah, Becky's on TV, but I don't really care. Shayna's Naomi for me. Like Shayna's like, okay, cool. Shayna's on TV. Nice to see her get called up. Whatever. The match itself, I don't know how it's gonna look. I feel like the match itself can either be good or bad. But here's the thing: WrestleMania is taped. It's taped. If your match sucks ass and your match is taped, bro, just retire from professional wrestling. This is not for you. If you match have a bad match and these probably top of the line editors can't make your match good, just step away from the ring. Just step away. But I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler to become the new Raw Women's Champion because it's time. Now, does Becky Lynch chase and get it back? Yeah, probably. But we gotta have Becky away from this title before fans start turning on her soon. So Shayna wins the title. Then we get into the main 4 matches. The next Women's Championship match is for the NXT Women's Championship, and that is Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. Now, you guys all know, people have been watching, this is the one match that I am very indifferent on, and for good reason. I love me some Rhea Ripley. Now, she's not Arisa level, not the way she was when she won the championship. I think she's cooled off of me ever since going to the main roster. She's not even on the main roster. She's on NXT. She's on NXT, but ever since she started feuding with Charlotte, I've cooled off on her. It's like, bro, I know you're going to lose. We all know she's going to lose. You are in denial if you think she's going to beat Charlotte. You are in denial. Charlotte is going to win. She's going to get that title back, and she's going to be Queen Bee of NXT for how long? I don't fucking care. All I know is when she wins, I'm probably not going to be watching NXT all that consistently anymore. Because I just don't care to see these guys who are on Raw or SmackDown to come down NXT and try to make things interesting. It can be interesting without these guys. It makes them look like less than when you gotta bring Charlotte in to make the NXT Women's Division look credible. It makes them look less than. And that's my issue with this match. If Rhea Ripley loses, she looks inferior to Raw and to SmackDown, as does the rest of the NXT Women's Division. And why do they need to look inferior to Charlotte Flair of all people? Well, beyond me, she's already been Women's Champion for Raw probably 7-8 times over. She's been SmackDown Women's Champion 2 or 3 times over. She's already been an NXT Women's Champion. People tend to forget that. Charlotte Flair was the second? I think she was the second, because Paige won it in 2014, and then she had to relinquish it when she went to the main roster and beat AJ Lee. So I believe after that, Charlotte won it. So I think Charlotte's like the second NXT Women's Champion. She was champion before. Now, 5 years later, she's winning it back. After she's accomplished almost everything you got to do in main roster, she's back to NXT for what? For what? Who is she going to get over? Who? Rhea? By beating her? Exactly. My point exactly. So Charlotte wins this match, and there goes most of my interest in NXT. Now, they could shock all of us and have Rhea beat her. I'll be happy. I'll be ecstatic. I'll be elated. But that's not going to happen. So Charlotte Flair wins this match and she becomes the new NXT Women's Champion. Then we get into the key matches here. We have Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. WrestleMania 36 if it was just a regular, normal, standard 60,000 seat Raymond James Stadium WrestleMania, this should have been the main event. It wasn't going to be. I could tell you for a fact it probably wasn't going to be. But that should have been the main event. Now this has the opportunity to main event one of these two shows. It should. Drew deserves it. Drew deserves the main event one of these shows. So I hope, whether it be night 1 or night 2, and I'm guessing it's going to be night 1, he main events this show. And the way this story has been building up, Drew McIntyre, he was my pick to win the 2019 Royal Rumble, and he lost. Wasn't my pick to win the 2020. But guess what? When he won that Rumble, I was on cloud 9, bro. Because for the longest time, I'm like, they got to do something with Drew, man. Drew's awesome. Drew's been kicking ass ever since he came back to NXT in 2017. And he's just kind of been there for a while. Ever since losing Roman Reigns last year, he's just kind of been there. And him just almost out of nowhere, just winning the Rumble was just awesome. It was a feel-good moment. It was something different. You know, these Royal Rumble winners, I feel like most of the time they're predictable and you could kind of figure out who's going to win. This was, I don't want to say this was completely out of left field, but it's almost like this is something I didn't expect, but I liked it nonetheless. And I have no complaints about that. I loved it. And I feel like for them to do all this and have Brock Lesnar beat him would just be very disappointing. I mean, Brock Lesnar has been WWE Champion, 3 or 4 times now? He's been Universal Champion twice? And all those reigns are cumulative. I don't want to tell you how long the reigns are cumulative, but he's been champion 6 times over the last 6 years. And had a stranglehold on all these titles for that period of time. I feel like if you want to finally make Drew McIntyre a star, because Drew McIntyre has been around WWE since 2010. I remember the Chosen One. Do you guys remember the Chosen One? I remember the Chosen One. I remember, was that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is coming near. You'll never hear the shot that takes it down. I remember all that, man. I remember, man. Vince McMahon brought him out, said, this is the man right here. This is the man. And he won the IC championship. He never won the world championship, which I thought was going to happen, but he never did. And then he left. He was gone. It took 2 years of him doing nothing, and then 3 unbeaten, and he was gone. Then he came back. He came to NXT. He made his way up the rankings, went to the main roster, paired up with Dolph Ziggler, turned on Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler turned on him. I don't remember which one it was. Now look at him, bro. World winner. You can't do all this, and then he loses to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar gains nothing. Nothing from beating Drew. Nothing. I mean, Brock Lesnar gains nothing from beating anybody, honestly. At this point, Brock Lesnar is the latter. The latter, the LATTER of WWE. He gains absolutely nothing from beating anybody. Anybody. He's beaten The Undertaker WrestleMania 30 already. That's his peak. That is his peak. Beating The Undertaker. There's no higher you can go than that. Drew slaying the Beast. And mind you, the Beast has been slain already. Roman Reigns is beating him. Seth Rollins is beating him. He's been slain already, so this is damaged good. This is not completely damaged goods, but this isn't like some newfound, conquering hero in Drew McIntyre. But this is how you prove him as a star, and you need stars. And I know WWE doesn't want to create stars for whatever reason. I know why. I'm not gonna get to that today. But if you want to actually build up somebody and can rely on somebody to carry the brand, and a time like this when you never know who is gonna go down, this could be the time. So I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre to win the WWE Championship. And that leads us to the main event, and that is Braun Strowman filling in for Roman Reigns, going up against Bill Goldberg for the Universal Championship. This was originally going to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, but last minute changes happened, and now we're dealt with the hand of Braun Strowman versus Bill Goldberg. I personally don't really care too much for this match. Braun Strowman is damaged goods to me. This man, in 2016, when he had that Monster Among Men gimmick and he ran through the roster, he was a powerhouse, man. He's a force to be reckoned with. I said this could be the guy to beat Brock Lesnar.
it could have been. SummerSlam 2017 happened. He didn't win the match. He was super over. Then they gave him a match of No Mercy against Brock Lesnar. I'm like, this is the moment. This is the moment for Braun Strowman to finally get that championship off of Brock Lesnar. And he loses. He didn't beat Brock. And I said, you know what? I'm mad, but I'm not sad because it may not have been Braun's time. Then he got another, I don't know when, but he got another match with Brock Lesnar. And I'm like, okay, you know what? First time he tried, he didn't get it. This time is his time. And guess what? He lost the second time. I said, oh, you know what? Maybe this is not the time either. Third time's the charm, right? Then he gets a third opportunity against Brock. I don't know when the third one was either. I don't even remember when these matches happened. Then he gets a third opportunity against Brock Lesnar. And I'm like, if they don't have him beat Brock Lesnar, I don't know what to say. And guess what? He lost to Brock Lesnar again. So I'm like, you know what? He's never going to win a championship if he can't beat Brock Lesnar for a third time. Then he gets a fourth try. Now, at this point, I'm like, bro, if you lost him 3 times, how am I expected to believe you're going to beat him this time? And at that point, I was kind of like over it. I'm like, you know what? If he beats Brock, cool for him. But I'm not going to be excited about it because he already lost 3 times. And if he loses to Brock Lesnar for a 4th time, just throw him in the trash. Just throw him in the trash. What do you need this guy for? He's already proven himself to be a damn not worthy son of a bitch. He proved himself that he's not worthy of being in that top spot. So if he loses to Brock a 4th time, get him out of the picture. I don't want to see him there. And guess what? He lost for a 4th time. A 4th time to Brock Lesnar. So I said, you know what? I'm done with Braun Strowman. After he lost to Braun Strowman at Crown Jewel last year, that's when I threw in the towel and I said, I am done with Braun Strowman. I officially do not care about anything this man does. Because that's the point I'm at. That is the point I'm at. When I'm done with you, I just do not care about what happens. If you win a title, cool. I'm happy for you. But as far as me being happy that about it, nah, that's ship is sailed. That's long gone. So seeing this match, it evokes no emotion on me whatsoever. I don't really care about this match at all. Now, y'all, most of y'all know I'd never been a big fan of Goldberg. Growing up, I wasn't a big fan of Goldberg, and as an adult, I'm still not a big fan of Goldberg. Even less now because this dude, he just can't go. I mean, yeah, he has his spurts of energy. And you could use it up in like 5 minutes and then it's done. It's over. I mean, look at the match with The Fiend and The Undertaker. This dude barely can... I mean, he can move. Let me not say that. He can move, but he can barely go any longer than 5 minutes. So, no. If you ask me, I don't really care too much for Goldberg. And I don't care too much for Braun Strowman either. So, you got 2 guys I don't really give 2 shits about in a match for the Universal Championship. So, yeah, no, I don't want to see this. But I'm going to sit through it for a live stream I'm doing, so I'm going to watch it. Predictions, Goldberg wins. End of story. Braun Strowman is a damn loser. He's not winning this match. That was my WrestleMania 36 predictions. Guys, what do you think? Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about my predictions. And who do you think will win these matches tomorrow at WrestleMania 36? Before we go, 2 announcements. Number 1, mat-based combat Wrestle Kingdom, baby. That's the show I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. You wonder why hasn't I been uploading? I've been working on late nights, up all night working on this show, Wrestle Kingdom nights 1 and 2. Sadly, I did not have enough time to finish night 2 because work has been piling hours on me. So I only have enough time to finish night 1. Night 1 will be going up tomorrow afternoon before WrestleMania 36. So please, if you love me, check that show out because it was so awesome. That being said, also, I will be live streaming. I feel like I'm really close to the microphone. I will be live streaming both WrestleMania 36 nights 1 and 2. Your boy will be live on YouTube for his live reactions. And then on Monday, I will be giving my review of both nights. So, that being said, I love you guys always. And I will see you all for mat-based combat Wrestle Kingdom night 1 and WrestleMania 36 night 1 and 2. See you guys there. Peace out, guys.